I'm M39, on the verge of kicking my daughter, F17, out. The title seems bad, but there are many reasons why. My daughter hasn't always been so rebellious. This started about 2 years ago. At first my wife and I thought it was just talking back to teachers at school and getting into arguments until June of last year, when my wife found bags of weed in her suitcase trying to find out the source of an awful smell. When we confronted her about it, she got angry. We went through her stuff and told us it wasn't for her. We had got rid of the weed and grounded her. Just as we thought her behavior was getting better, things got even more worse. She was now getting into fights, coming home at dawn, extreme partying, or sometimes not coming home for days, skipping school, ended up getting left back a year, drinking, etc. This put a huge strain between my wife and I and caused us to focus less on our other kids. A therapist suggested a traumatic event had happened to her and that we should try to talk more. We tried again, talking to her, asking her questions, asking if she was ever violated and trying to see what was wrong. We tried putting her in therapy but never wanted to show up, and we couldn't get anything out of her. At that point she seemed like a lost cause. Earlier this year, she had threw a vase at her younger brother, 13 / and one of the shards had cut his lip. This was the last straw for me and I was ready to cut ties. My wife had talked me out of it and we tried once more to talk and talk some more, but it didn't work out. The final straw from me was when she stole $3,500 out of the safe. We even had the PIN changed this year to prevent this from happening. After interrogating her for what felt like hours, she cracked and admitted it. Over the past few days my wife and I had been discussing how we're going to handle this and ultimately decided on kicking our daughter out the house as soon as she turns 18 in January. This decision is not easy and I'm still considering other routes we could take. I've tried speaking without showing visible anger, therapy, support, setting rules, talking one-on-one, and whatever I could think of always seemed to backfire. I don't know how to reach her. She is an absolute danger to our family and someone I no longer want to be associated with. I could regret this choice, or this could be easily one of the best decisions regarding safety. Our younger children are terrified of her and who knows what's next. On the other hand, she's my daughter, and I'm not supposed to give up on her. If I kick her out on her birthday, there is a huge chance she will never attend school, and if she does choose to turn her life around in the future, she won't even have a high school degree. I have absolutely no more methods to try, and I've been sick of this shit the longest time. Can't get any opinions from friends/family, so I took it to Reddit to help. Edit, I see a lot of comments suggesting more medical treatment. Although I'm all for it, I can't scrap up that money right now without insurance working properly. By the time I get everything sorted out, she'll be 18 and everything is up to her. One thing you can do, emo, is you may be able to force her hand to get therapy by giving her an ultimatum. You and your wife can sit her down and calmly tell her, you are turning 18. Your behavior is getting worse and unbearable. If you don't do therapy now or get the help we are offering you, then you will have to find somewhere else to live, since you will be a legal adult. This way, you don't just unceremoniously kick her out and she has accountability for what happens to her on whether she stays or goes. It might be the wake-up call she needs when she realizes she now does not have the fallback of her parents' money or house to support her lifestyle. She's definitely on way more drugs than just weed. So I, M23, was a lot like your daughter when I was her age. I started getting kicked out at about her age. I had set myself down a bad path that I didn't get out of till I was 21 and I barely survived it. Your best bet might be dropping her off at a rehab. By the time my parents were ready for that, I had reached 18 and they couldn't do anything. I don't know if that would have actually helped, and there's a good chance it won't help your daughter. But you've got to try something. The streets are not a good place for a kid. Feel free to DM for a longer conversation. I can help you out with scholarships or other options for treatment depending on where you live. I can't comment on whether or not you should kick her out because I've never been in either one of your shoes, but I have been in the shoes of your younger kids. My older brother was a hellraiser his whole life and caused my parents endless worry and pain. In and out of school, in and out of jail, you name it. They were so preoccupied with him that they completely ignored the rest of us. And it impacted us tremendously. I'm in my 50s now, and that brother died many years ago due to his unhealthy life of self-seeking and excess. My other siblings and I have no relationship. We hate each other and we all have self-esteem issues. My living brother and my sister struggle with addiction. I've often wondered if my parents hadn't put all their energy into our bad brother, if we'd have turned out different. Don't forget about your younger kids. This isn't their fault and they have no power. And they really need you. You literally said she's a danger to others. Have you considered getting her some inpatient psych care while you still can as her legal guardian? Once she turns 18, your options will be limited. If you kick her out, you'll likely get a call that she's either been arrested or is dead, so unless you're prepared for those inevitabilities and the guilt that will likely accompany them, now is the time to act. It's not normal teen behavior to act this violent and out of control. She needs help. Get it for her now, or do nothing and regret it the rest of your life. The amount of money I spent on her regarding treatment is all the way through the roof and she never wants to participate/show up. It sounds bad, but I'm hesitant on spending more money as nothing will come out of it. We've tried and tried to get her help, but it always fails. I will look into it and see if this sounds like a good investment. Thank you. I, 18M, bought my girlfriend, 19F, of 2 years a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and I am having second thoughts as to whether or not this is an appropriate gift. For Christmas I got my girlfriend a Switch plus 2 games that she likes that were on sale because she's been talking about wanting a Switch. This was during Black Friday and I probably wouldn't have bought all of that for her if it wasn't on sale. She told me that she doesn't have that much money and because she has to pay for groceries and whatnot, so she wouldn't have too much money to spend on gifts this year, which I didn't think of until after I got her the Switch. I immediately felt bad about this, so I talked to my parents about it and they said she may feel a bit weird because she won't be getting me as much due to her financial situation. She may feel that she's obligated to buy something at the same price or that she didn't get me enough, but I don't think she'd be the person to feel that way. They told me I could offer to pay for her groceries instead and tell her that I was going to buy her a Switch, but I didn't want her to feel weird. I decided to return everything, but now I am having second thoughts. This was a few weeks ago and I still haven't returned them. I'd never expect something super expensive from her and I just bought the Switch for her because I thought she would like it. My question is, do you think I should return everything or still go through with the gift? Edit. After reading through all of your very helpful comments, I have decided that I am going to give her the gifts on Christmas, possibly with a letter that I'll have her open before explaining my thought process behind the gift. It has been a rough year for her and she has been very understanding with me, so I want to get her something that she wouldn't normally get herself and I know she'd enjoy. Happy holidays everyone. Hey man, she's in a tough spot financially and you got her something really cool. Tell her ahead that you got her something really special and do not think she owes you anything in return. Just to hear how much the loves it, and her using it would bring you great joy. This is the best part of a gift like that. She will always remember this for what it is, an awesome thoughtful gift she will love. Tell me what she thinks. He's giving her the gift. Good work, Reddit. I think it's an incredibly thoughtful gift, and as long as you tell her that you do not expect her to spend the same, you are fine. It's so nice that you were able to do that for her when things are tough. It says a lot about you as a person. Okay, your parents' advice is terrible. That's going to make her feel like a charity case. Say just give her the gift. Yeah lamau, hey girlfriend, I was going to get you a super awesome gift you'd love, but I've noticed you're really fucking pathetic these days, so I decided to buy you the basic necessities instead? ? I think you should absolutely give her the gift, and whatever she does get you, just treat it like it means the world to you, or tell her that because you're aware of her situation you don't want her to get you something this year. Go through with it. You bought her a gift because you wanted it to bring her happiness. Sounds like this is a stressful time for her. Just tell her it's not about the money. You guys have been dating long enough, that should be okay. Today, the 12th of December 2020, I have 2 years clean, my daughter turns 10 months old, and I turn 28. I'm absolutely terrified. Her mother and I are just rebuilding our relationship and I have to be a father. I just feel overwhelmed. Advice on any experiences? Backstory: I did it. I almost can't even believe it, but I actually did it. I wasn't going to share this because I was scared to be judged, but fuck that. 2 years ago I was dying, and for heroin and benzo addict on the streets. It's okay to be vulnerable. I woke up this morning watching my daughter smile, turning 10 months old, knowing she never has to see her dad high, scared to death knowing if I ever relapse I could change this little girl's life forever. I looked in the mirror turning 28 years old, happy. Something I never thought I'd be. I'm proud of myself today. I believe in myself. My daughter has her daddy, the mother of my daughter has her person back. But what if I can't do it? I have those thoughts. Drugs are fun. Drugs are a good time. Be safe. Be responsible, and if you need that release once in a while it's absolutely okay. But drugs don't love you, your family and friends do. If you think you need help, start with the asking. Don't let it take over your life. Don't let it kill you. You're not a junkie or a failure. You're just another person with a vice to deal with the shit life throws at us. I hope anyone's stories maybe or advice can help. Thank you in advance. Connection is the cure for addiction, so feel connected to me. To everyone in this Reddit, to everyone facing the same fight in their lives as you, I'm rooting for you. I just wanted to post one of the biggest accomplishments of my life and hopefully maybe inspire or help someone still struggling. ! Edit. Wow, thank you all for showing so much love and compassion and help. Sharing your personal stories, showing me it's okay to get vulnerable. I've read every comment and learned so many things. I will slowly try replying to as many as I can. I didn't expect this post to even get any comments at all, let alone 50 to 100 plus, so I'm blown away. Thank you to every single person who reached out. You all made my birthday 10x better. Thank you. Praying gesture. Just like staying sober, parenting is one day at a time. Enjoy the good times, let the bad ones go. Keep your side of the street clean. You're good. Wow, never thought of it that way. Thank you. When you start to worry about things in the long term, just remind yourself I'm doing okay right now. In this moment I am okay, and doing it today is what matters most. I'm proud of you. Being a good human to ensure your family unit is secure is the most honorable act of all. You're a good man. I gave up drinking 30 years ago when I promised myself that my kids would never have a drunk for a father. You take it and make it one day at a time, and the next thing you know it's 30 years later and then it comes to you. Holy shit, I did it. Kids are the greatest adventure of your life. They don't come with an owner's manual, so you'll make a lot of mistakes. But not to worry, your mistakes will rarely be serious. In a way, my kids and I grew up together. We all learned a lot along the way. Be proud of yourself, man, and make that little girl proud too. Stay sober. My daughter's dad relapsed when she was 3, was in prison before she turned 4, released when she was 7. Thought he was in control, ended up dead before she turned 8. Your daughter needs you. Be healthy and clean. Nothing good comes from drugs and the demons that come with them. Holy shit. I'm so sorry, but also thank you for sharing that.